They're going to take you down. They'll arrest you and charge you with a third. What are you facing on a third?
10 years. 10 years.
A minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Do you have any clue what they would do to you in prison, Mr. Espinoza? I've read stuff. It's so bad it'll turn you white. It had me in tears because of the stuff that I've read that goes on in prisons. And I get to read special stuff because I'm a judge. And I'm telling you, the stuff I read nearly had me in tears. It was that bad. Different times, aggravated assault of a family member, assault of a peace officer, another DWI second, another assault of a peace officer, another aggravated assault of a family member, and now a terrorist threat and another assault of a peace officer, all while intoxicated. Yet again, I am now going to make your life so miserable you're going to want to never be here again. I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to have you come here test every Monday and Thursday to prove to me that you're not consuming any kind of drugs or alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes.
The first time you consume alcohol or any kind of dope, I will put you in a rehab facility, in the jail, and it will be a minimum of 9 months, depending on how well you respond to treatment. Tell me, the prior aggravated assault of a family member, same complaining witness as this one? Apparently, the last 15 times you haven't gotten it, you're going to get it this time.
Yes, Your Honor. Start husband.
You are ordered not to have any contact with
So
Hippolito Marquez.
he
Tell me.
did call, left a message.
I don't care. I
Just want to
don't care. You are ordered not to have any contact with this person. And I'm telling you, you will come here to test every Monday and Thursday to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol or dope. I'm going to put a scram ankle monitor on one of your ankles to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. On your other one, you will get a GPS monitor. And I'm giving you a curfew of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir. I have a GPS on my ankle already.
Good. On your other one, now you're going to get a different one to prove to me that you're not consuming alcohol. You have a nice smile and smirk on your face. At the end of this, it's going to be the other way around.
No, can I?
Don't say anything.
I'm gonna slap that smile right off your face.
What happened on the aggravated assault against the
Also, dispatch for the residents in Harris County. The officer made contact with the complaining witness and the defendant are married. On the day of the incident, complainant and the defendant were out at a bar celebrating defendant beating an assault case.
always has to do with alcohol.
See, when the complainant and the defendant returned home, the complainant was very intoxicated and belligerent. Stopped consuming so much alcohol. Defendant got upset and went to the backyard. CW locked the door. Defendant entered the house through the kitchen, grabbed a knife and cut the complainant.
She grabbed a knife and cut the complainant.
Yes, Your Honor, those were the allegations, and
That was dismissed.
it was dismissed because they amended conditions of community supervision to it. That was the central file of the case. At least on deeds. I'm not sure formally what exactly occurred there.
Ms. Mahalo, I'm going to deem you a public danger. If you violate any of these conditions, I'm going to make your bond so high you're going to flip. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
So we have another now Monday and Thursday. She will come here you will come here 2 times a week. Do you understand? One false move, you will stay with me. What do you do for a living, man? You have an income.
My son's income, which is SSI.
And your occasional burrito.
Can you reach out to the Mac, please? I already have an affidavit on file.
There's a song scheduled to be in this room too. I think it's a bench. That shouldn't take very long. It should be hilarious if that happens.
This is an affidavit that I have here that you're going to sign with me today, Ms. Majano. This is a court order that you're going to promise me that you're not going to do.
Yes, sir.
And if you do, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months. And I'm telling you, 1 drop of alcohol, I will hold you in contempt, slap you with 180 days, probate it for 2 years, and put you in an inpatient rehab facility. Do you understand? I don't care where the alcohol is from. If it's from hair dye, a tequila lollipop, mouthwash, isopropyl, all alcohol, anything. Do you understand? I'm now giving you a lawyer, so there's no issues. You can talk to the lawyer whatsoever. After that, you will meet with pretrial. Do not leave until you've met with pretrial services, man.
I don't have a place to live.
Let's do this. I will give you a lawyer today. You will speak to the lawyer, and then we can work out details about where.
So I spoke to, Leo,
Okay?
he lives in that, he said he got to the home. And so he's not there anymore.
Are you talking about the house on 10599 Berclair?
Tequila lollipop for the win. That's the best.
That's good. 10, I've also moved.
That's it.
10559 Belcher. That's correct.
That's it. Okay. So I'll have you speak to the lawyer today. We will figure out details. No alcohol. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. Come on.
Next judge is page 2, Barahona. Come on up.
Hola, buenos días. Ponga su gorra ahí, por favor. Pase aquí. Buenos días, me llamo Luis, el intérprete, mucho gusto. Aparece ahí, solo mira el juez, no me mira a mí, le contesta nada más en español.
That's good.
Solo le
Is this
contesta-
our man? No, he's
Yes, con
representing.
Barahona,
Con Barahona, ¿es usted? ¿Tiene que hablar? ¿Sí, señor o no, señor? Sí, señor. Yes, sir.
charged with racing on a highway. You are facing 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present and questions and interviews with the state of Texas. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
So the officer observed 2 vehicles race in an attempt to outpace each other in an intersection in Harris County. Traffic stop on a Ford Mustang. The defendant driver admitted to racing up to 80 miles per hour and did it for the adrenaline.
Y lo hizo por la adrenalina.
Did we get the co-defendant as well or no?
Tenemos el acusado también.
No? Okay. The Barahona, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
Tiene que hablar. Yes.
You have valid liability insurance in your name?
No.
Then you are not allowed to drive.
Manejar.
Do you understand?
¿Entendió?
I will have you sign with me today.
Tiene que hablar. Sí, señor o no, señor. Abra la boca y abra. Y habla.
I will have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me that you are not to drive until you have valid liability insurance in your name and you come and get court approval.
Su nombre.
If you are found to drive without court approval and what I'm telling you, you will go to jail. You will not get any more PR bumps.
No le voy a dar.
Do you understand?
¿Entendió? Yes, sir.
I might
We're
just
going to
keep
reset
that
your
for all
case to
time.
give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not to drive.
Que no va a manejar.
After that,
Después de eso,
we will get you out of here for you to hire a lawyer. The other thing I will tell you now, if you ever pick up another racing case, I will take your privilege to drive away from you permanently.
permanentemente.
Not only that,
Solo
the
eso.
legislature has made it extremely easy for the district attorney's office to take and seize cars away from you permanently
Permanente.
if you continue to engage in these actions. I'm telling you because I have seen it done where the
Yeah.
district attorneys has seized someone else's $40,000-$50,000 car for participating in multiple races.
Solo por participar.
Do you understand?
¿Entendió?
Come on.
Hacia allá, por favor.
So is that gonna be a state content?
No, just do the, just that. Oh, my Lord. Your case is so old, it has sprout legs and it can nearly walk on its own. Your case is 2,000 days old, Mr. Milam. You were charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews with the state of Texas. You cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir.
Plaintiff stated that the defendant physically pushed her into a refrigerator, which caused her to strike her elbow and feel pain.
That's it. Okay. Do you have a lawyer today, Mr. Warren? Mr. Milam? No. What do you do for a living?
Disabled. I'm trying to get my social security or disabled more.
What's the nature of your disability?
I'm going through the process trying to get it going back and forth to the doctor, but I turned 65 this year, so I'm doing my social security too. And the person that I'm living with, I still live with.
Please, I'm going to appoint your lawyer today. We'll figure out today what happens with your case, though. It's 2,000 days old. It's time now to figure out what happens with your case. So I'm just going to have to take a seat in the jury box for now. Please, just take a seat in the jury box. You can get your stuff and go, please.
Page 12, Murray.
Javario Murray?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Murray, you're charged with unlawful carrying a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Run on 4/23/2024, the officer conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle for expired registration. Officer noticed odor of marijuana from the vehicle. While the defendant looked for the registration, he opened his glove box. The officer noticed a firearm unholstered. Defendant gave consent to search the vehicle, in which officers found marijuana in the middle compartment.
Okay. Mr. Murray, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you?
21.
Okay. What do you do for a living, sir?
Or Home Depot.
What kind of income do you make a month? Okay. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer.
I have a lawyer.
Oh, you have a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Who's your lawyer?
Derek Haney. I'll do this.
See it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, he did. Judge, he filed notice yesterday.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, Derek. Got it. Okay. So you said he was driving, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a Texas driver license, Mr. Murray? Do you have valid liability insurance?
Yes, sir.
You may continue to drive. Be careful.
Yes, sir.
Don't pick up any new cases. Otherwise, I'm going to revoke your bond and we'll put you in jail.
Yes, sir.
You're on notice now. No new cases.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you go to Victoria. We'll have you sign a reset and then we'll just have you waiting back for your lawyer to come. All right, please. Good morning, Mr. Portit.
Good morning.
Sir, you are charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Run on 4/23/2024 at approximately 12:20 a.m. Officers dispatched to Super 8 Motel located at 5665 West 34th Street, Harris County, Texas, for a disturbance call and met with the complainant who stated he and his wife, witness Abigail, he and his wife, witness Abigail, notified the front desk about a noise complaint. Then a few minutes later, The co-defendant began knocking and yelling at their room door. Complainant opened the door, then the co-defendant entered the room without permission and attempted to hit the complainant and witness. The complainant then shoved the co-defendant out the room. Co-defendant then struck CW with an open hand 2 times in the face, causing him to feel pain. The co-defendant and her friend, defendant, left the property walking west before officers arrived. Officer located both defendants walking and initiated a vehicle emergency equipment. Officer commanded both defendants to stop. However, they kept walking. Officers made contact with the co-defendant, but while attempting to detain her, defendant Plea ran towards officer in an attempt to prevent officer from detaining the
That's, I
defendant.
was wondering, how does he, because he's not doing anything wrong until, so now he's intervening. Okay, so what exactly does he do to try to prevent the arrest?
He said, ran, attempted to prevent the officers from detaining me. Go to the summary. He said at this point, ran behind the co-defendant, yelling to co-defendant to stop, and was unable to detain the co-defendant after a short period of time resisting. While he was attempting to defend it, Plea began to run towards the officer's direction. However, Officer Contreras was able to slow down the defendant Plea by grabbing his arm. However, defendant Plea kept pulling his arms away from Officer Contreras and pulled his body to prevent from stopping Affian from detaining the co-defendant.
So can you look at Poteet? How did he interfere? What did he do?
Your Honor. Well, attempting to detain the co-defendant, defendant Plea ran towards the officers and attempted to prevent the officers from detaining the co-defendant. Her name is.
I get it. That's a conclusory statement though. How? How did he prevent? It just says he prevented him. How? I need to, did he take his arm away? Did he grab her? Did he get in front of the officer to prevent the arrest from occurring?
It appears that he,
Loser.
it appears that he put his body in an attempt to prevent him from detaining the co-defendant.
Does he say that there?
It says, he put his body to prevent stopping Affian from detaining the co-defendant.
Is that it?
I can read you the exact score part, but
Yeah.
it says while attempting to detain co-defendant, defendant Plea began running towards by my direction. However, Officer Contreras was able to slow down the defendant Plea by grabbing his arms. However, defendant Plea kept pulling his arms away from Officer Contreras and pulled his body to prevent stopping the Affian from detaining the co-defendant Days. So while they were detaining the co-defendant, he charged at him, put his body in the middle of it, and then when they were trying to, at that point, move him away from that situation, he was pulling his arms back towards the body. That's what's being alleged.
Mr. Poteet, I will reluctantly find probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm not going to put any conditions on you. Be careful. No, just when you get in the middle of stuff, it's just, when you get into a pissing match with an officer, who's going to win? You know, just don't say it. What do you do for a living, sir?
I work with kids with autism and I work at Jenny's Ice Cream Shop.
What kind of income do you have monthly?
40,000.
40,000?
Not thousand, but 40.
4,000?
Yeah, 4,000.
Okay, we're gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I will not put any conditions on your bond. Just be careful. Don't pick up any new cases. If you do, I will put you in jail, okay? I'm gonna have you go to Victoria's THA, no conditions, Poteet.
Yeah, judge did not want to find probable cause on that, but it was there. I think he handled it well. He doesn't need any conditions. He stepped up to whatever for his
Mr. Solomon,
woman,
good morning.
as
So you're
usual.
charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to
Catches a
6 months in
charge.
jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you. Is it Marvin or is it,
It's Marvin.
how do I spell it?
Marlvin.
Marlvin.
No, it's Marvin, but the L is silent.
Interesting.
Yes, sir. I was named after my grandfather, that's why.
Okay, no problem. All right, please.
Marvin with the silent
A
L.
traffic stop in Harris County, Texas for no front
Can't make
plate.
this shit up.
Officer smelled marijuana in the vehicle, asked defendant who stated there was not any marijuana. Officer conducted a Terry frisk, removed the bulge from his left pocket from which was 2 plastic bags containing a green substance. I know just he knows to be marijuana from the officer's training and
Can you keep-
experience.
When you name
The
it
passenger
Marvin
was
with the
then
silent
detained
L,
and identified as Brandon Francis.
he's going to jail.
PC search of vehicle located a scale and a large quantity of small plastic bags that are used for sale of narcotics. Officer located a 3rd bag of marijuana located on the driver's side door panel. The plastic bag contained a green leafy substance, which the officer knows to be marijuana from officer's training and experience, 51 grams in weight.
He's not the driver, right? You didn't say, stop. Do I look like I need your help? He's not the driver, right?
Yeah, as the defendant, it said defendant stated there was not, yeah,
I thought you said someone else was the driver.
no, that was the passenger, Brandon Francis is the passenger.
Oh, the passenger, so he's the driver.
He's a driver.
Got it. And what was the stop was for no front license plate? And then they start searching. Did you say that?
Smells marijuana, because it smells marijuana. He asked if there was marijuana.
They asked him if there was weed, but he said no. All right, Mr. Solomon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, sir? Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? I'm sorry?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you run his license, Kevin, please? What do you do for a living, Mr. Solomon? We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. Don't get in trouble. Don't pick up any new cases. You make a lot of money as a forklift operator, man.
I just started. Like I had moved, like I had told the bail bonds, I just moved to Bryan, College Station. And so like all my money was pretty much for me and my family to move out there. So right now, like I'm trying to, get back on my feet.
What kind of car you drive?
I drive a Dodge Journey.
What are you making a month?
Well, right now, nothing, because like I said, I just moved to Bryan, and so I had to pretty much restart everything over, like no family, no job, everything had to start over.
So when do you start as a forklift operator?
No, I had orientation yesterday, and so yesterday was my beginning day, and so today I was supposed to be going to work, but I had to call out so I could come up here.
It's not starting off well, Mr. Solomon.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
I was saying, I was like, I was at the face, and I was
Just don't say anything, just don't get in trouble because it's only going to go downhill real quick. You know what I mean?
Sir.
All right,
It's really good, you know.
great. Do you mind giving him an application, please, Deputy? I'm going to give you an application. I need to know everything about you. I need to know your household income. Let me take a look and I'll see if you qualify because you have to meet the federal poverty guidelines. Okay? Come on. Okay, Herman. Hey, bud. I'm sorry. You've been, okay. He's been waiting for a while.
Oh, so was I. It was like before I left to keep my
Tell me.
Jimmy Espinosa, judge.
Okay.
We're asking for 2 things. June 3rd, or excuse me, no, June 7th. To plea and go in on that day.
Where is he now?
He's right there, Judge.
Let's do the plea now
Okay,
and then I'll give him a turn-in date.
okay. And then, can he take off, because he's saying that he has the scram, and he's saying if they take it off at the jail, he gets charged for it, and they have to pick it up. He's asking if he can take it off the morning of the plea, the time he goes in, or the day before. Because he doesn't want to get charged that extra fee, or we can, or if the court allows, if just the county can pay it for this month.
Oh, I'll let him take it off the day of.
Okay, and then he'll turn himself in
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 o'clock.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, let's write it up and get it done now.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Hey,
I have Miss Poindexter.
okay. What are we doing?
Set it for trial.
Um,
We were close to a resolution with the deferred, but she maintains her innocence, so she didn't want to.
yeah, and look, if you want a trial, then we're happy to do it. Ramona,
Yes, Judge.
we need a trial date on Miss Poindexter. Is she facing a minimum of 30 days? Do you know that?
I'm not sure if she is or not.
She is. Let her know that if she's found guilty, the minimum she's going to get is 30 days in jail. Okay?
I did not advise her. I will step away.
She needs to know that, just in case, okay?
So Judge, how old is the case?
Good morning, Mr. Espinoza.
Good morning.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense, you're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Is it 30 days? What are we doing?
Yes, sir.
You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail. Does he have 1 or 2 days credit?
It's loading, one day.
Oh, so you have to do
You have
9.
credit for 1 day that you,
He did like, he said he did a 24-hour period. He was there for 24 hours, so I thought he had 2 days credit.
says 1. You have credit for 1 day, Mr. Espinoza. This is going to go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. It's going to be there even after you die. If you
I hope
ever get
you
pulled
know.
over again, an officer is going to see DWI. DWI, if they smell alcohol on you, what do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to be nice to you? Right. They're going to take you down. They'll arrest you and charge you with a third. What are you facing on a third?
10 years.
10 years.
A minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Do you have any clue what they would do to you in prison, Mr. Espinoza? I've read stuff. It's so bad it'll turn you white. It had me in tears because of the stuff that I've read that goes on in prisons. And I get to read special stuff because I'm a judge. And I'm telling you, the stuff I read nearly had me in tears. It was that bad. And all that has to happen that you have alcohol in your breath. Don't matter if you're drunk or not with your history. That's it. I would never, even if you've had 1 beer, get in a car again. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement here, you can never take this back, changes, challenges. Do you understand? You give up that right to appeal. How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, sir.
I will find you guilty. I will sentence you to the agreement. I'm going to suspend your license for 1 year. Do not drive until you get a license. Now, you were still, even though you've pled to this, you've not satisfied until you've done your time. So you were still under bond condition in this court. You may not consume alcohol. You may not drive. Everything stays until you turn yourself into custody. Do you understand? So the turn-in date is when?
June 7th, Your Honor.
June 7th by 6 p.m. If you fail to show, or if you show up late and they don't take you, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months. Do you understand? So if you're someone who's perpetually late, get there on time because they won't take you if you're late. Herman.
I just have a question, Judge, about the scram. What time would you allow him to turn that in that day?
I would say right before he goes in, so noon.
Okay, good, okay.
You know?
Good, okay, okay. I just want to make sure with Pretrial, it's a Friday afternoon, so I didn't want to.
No more drinking and get in the car. Good luck. Thanks, sir.
Mr.
Okay.
Espinosa?
Hunter.
Yeah, so if we could get
Oh, that was fun.
Okay, June 11th.
June 11th.
Yep, okay. Hunter, I would say 2 weeks prior to the date, come back if you have any kind of pretrial issues. If you have like any videos, redactions, statements, redactions, anything that you need, let us know like 2 weeks. Let's have a hearing. And then
Sure,
that way we're
I'll
ready to go.
I'll have a motion eliminated, that'll probably.
Yeah. Okay,
All right,
got it. All right.
But I still have Violent Femmes playing in my head
Yes, ma'am. I signed your withdrawal.
Okay,
since
thank
that
you.
permanent record
One of the
comment.
things I was gonna talk to you about.
The other thing is Mr. Milam, he's on today's docket. I was appointed. I know his case is super old. Just for the court's awareness, I asked Mr. Petrov if any body cams exist from that time, and if they are, he's gonna have no copy of this for me.
Okay.
So if I could just get a reset to,
Yeah, I'm not gonna give you, I'll give you a couple weeks
okay.
at the next setting. Come up. Where is he?
Oh, he's,
Come up, sir. Do you have a current offer on the case now, guys?
Judge, I'm not sure, let me check. I'll make it off today.
okay.
But what's the name?
Milam, Mr. Milam, you have 2 weeks to decide what you're gonna do with this case. In 2 weeks, you must be back here and either accept a plea bargain from the state or I will set your case for trial. You will get no more time after that. So it would behoove you to meet with Anna as soon as you can when she gets in contact with you, when she gets the evidence. If you take off on me again, I will make your bond so high you're gonna flip. You will never get out again without paying a substantial amount of money. You understand? 2 weeks, see you then. Yes, ma'am. Oh, any bond conditions you would like? Yeah, I mean, I'm.
It looks like this is a former roommate. I don't know if they're still roommates.
We will just ask for no contact.
I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons, Mr. Milam. Do you understand? If you violate these conditions, likewise, your bond will be revoked. So I don't know who the complaining witness in this case, we just don't want you to have contact with them. All right? Okay, so I'm gonna have you sign the reset and then we're gonna have you take your seat in the jury box while I get the bond conditions. We'll have you sign it and then you'll be free to go. Please. Yeah, so you mind filing that? Matt, tell me.
Young, you got it.
Yes. Great job, man. You killed it.
Thank you.
And I found.
That's it.
That's it.
Done.
Got a couple others. Serrano, SERR. No, I'm saying next case.
Yeah. Matt, tell me.
Serrano. No,
That's on docket.
It's on docket.
Serrano. SERR.
Judge, speak within the last 5 days. There is a time served on the prior condition.
Is he not here?
He's in Odessa.
I don't care. He's not supposed to be in Odessa.
I know. I told him that, he'd come here and that he said he didn't want an order of an arrest warrant. He said he wanted his case transferred to Odessa.
That's cute. Might as well get some ruby slippers too.
Ask him if he, I recommend he go talk to an attorney, tell him that if you don't believe me, you can ask the local attorney, but that can happen. Nonetheless, he says, I don't want a problem with the court. I just don't have any money to get to Houston. So I said I would approach and inform the judge.
This case is 203 days old. It's let him know that now we'll issue a warrant and we can get him, we'll get him a ride for free, you know?
Yes, 2 cases, right?
That's correct. And then the second one, the third one is Rodriguez.
So on Serrano, 5,000. Let me see how many times this dude's taken off.
Rodriguez. Right there.
5,001 on both. Okay. Matt, who else you got? Okay.
This is our third time we've approached on this about the,
He got refiled as a felony.
right, but there's still not an active warrant. So he's coming in 3 times trying to figure out how to turn this in.
Lavelle, what are we doing about that? Did you hear that?
I spoke,
It's not in my control, Judge, this is felony. I just emailed them and say, hey, what's going on with the warrant?
Well, I don't understand. They filed a felony.
2.
2.
so the
2
AG,
secondary felonies.
the AG has been reviewing these gas cases and they're refiling these steps as.
Oh, I see. It's one of those cases.
Appeal, it's the
Oh, it's a,
backstab.
okay. So what do you want to do?
Judge,
No, the only,
I
okay,
can
sorry.
call the prosecutor, but frankly, Judge, I see the warrants, I just don't know if they're signed or executed. I don't know any of that, so I think that's up to them to do, so I'm gonna call them this afternoon.
Hey, it's on docket, page 13. Well, look at the misdemeanor. I'm showing that felony warrants have been issued.
It's not our problem.
It doesn't work.
You know, the thing is, Matt, if you want anything done, I would set up a trial. Really, because then it forces their hand, you know? Oh, well,
So it's been refiled, right?
It was not signed by the magistrate.
Can I sign it?
No.
Why not?
Can he dismiss these because it's already been refiled?
I can sign a warrant. Sure I can. A judge, when, you know, misdemeanor judges have the authority to sign a warrant, you know, when, like, let's say it's a felony DWI in the middle of the night for search warrants and all that stuff, I can sign that.
Oh, the misdemeanor is also worse case.
That's what I said, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. People supposed to say it's not like that. It's under, that's what I'm telling you.
What do you tell me, what do you want? What would you like me to do?
Well, I mean, if it's, my opinion, if it's been refiled, he's already, the net's already grabbed him. It's not like if it gets dismissed. it's gonna-
But I can't,
Yeah.
I can't force it. I can't,
Yeah.
it's,
Like a reset for a month or something, and then just see, because we come back every 2 weeks, and there's still no,
Did you reach out to the over?
I'm not gonna put my guy.
so I will give it to you, but at that point, I'm gonna set up a trial. Because then it's at 180.
No, that I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
So the next setting for us, it's clear trial.
I'll take that, Judge. I'll email him. I'll send you.
That I get, I understand for whatever reason, Mark is.
But the thing is because on these fuel tax cases now where they're stealing fuel, instead of a misdemeanor theft, they want to enhance it to a second-degree felony with this. Didn't pay taxes on the fuel that he stole, so.
Well, and then the disclosure of the officer, he named the operation is like rice and beans or ropa vieja or something.
Where the fuel was taken?
Well, what they're and then it's gonna be Cuban people, there's something there, there's a lot of that interesting dynamic behind that. But anyway, we could send it, I mean, he just keeps coming back, so maybe there'll be some movement, Mark can email me and say.
Let's do 3 weeks, and then after that, we'll set up a trial. So, yeah, Pavel, I'm setting it 3 weeks off, next setting is trial.
I'll email Mark.
All they're waiting is for a judge to sign the warrant, that's it. Hey, give me 2 seconds, I just got a defendant in front of me, literally a minute, I'll play right back. Bye. Good morning, Mr. Samoya Garcia. So you want me to set you a bond now? Do you have someone that's gonna make it? Because the problem is that when you do this, when you withdraw your waiver, you're gonna lose all that time that you have. I mean, how much time does he have left for Kansas to come get him anyways?
Since the PCS.
Oh, it was dismissed, what, yesterday? So the time started yesterday, then I guess it's not that much time. So what happens now, I can set you a bond. We give you 2 weeks from the day that you're released to go turn yourself into Kansas. You must turn yourself in, and there's no other way. If you do that within the prescribed time, this fugitive case against you gets dismissed. Understand that I will give you this bond now. I will never give you another one. If you ever pick up another case, a fugitive case, or if you don't go turn yourself in now, I will revoke the bond, set it at 0, and I'm gonna get you again. And this time I will hold you here until Kansas physically comes and gets you. You understand? So I'll set the bond for you now. Once you bond out, you've got 2 weeks. All right?
Thank you so much.
Sure. And then I would say, let's just set it for a couple days just in case it doesn't happen.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Then we can reset to.
Sonia, have you spoken by chance to any family members and say they're going to give the money or no? Just in case, you know, make sure that I don't want to set you out for 2 to 3 weeks in the event that you're not able to make it and then you're stuck. So. Okay.
And then for that reset, Louis was gonna be a copy of the reset.
I ordered conditions on you. Did you refuse to sign the conditions? It's just a yes or no.
And the other case that
it's-
I have the same condition, nothing. Your condition said I can, but the other one say I can't. And I have my GPS, if I go home, it's gonna sound, and the cops are gonna come arrest me. So,
Hold on a second. Have we appointed her lawyer yet?
Oh, PDO's office.
Let's do this. Just take a seat for me a moment. Let me make sure you get a lawyer first, and then you can talk to the lawyer.
I can do
Just, it's early.
Oh, that was about to be fun.
Oh, hey, Gutierrez, this dude Gutierrez had a no driving affidavit on file. And now he picked up another DWI second. So I'm gonna have a contempt hearing on this dude, so get ready.
It's time for him to flip. Are we having that contempt hearing right now?
I didn't hear you.
Also in ICE custody.
Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll get him back. And then I'm gonna serve him with a contempt. And then we're gonna have a hearing. And if you prove it to me that he's driving, then I'm gonna hold him and I'll have it, so.
We're actually going to get to see the
Yeah,
defendant flip.
because he's now got an ICE hold, he'll be stuck in jail
Stuck like
until
Chuck.
either he can make an ICE bond or until we're done. But being that he picked up a second DWI while on bond for one, the chance of an immigration judge giving him an immigration bond is probably going to be very low.
But don't be so depressed.
Because typically, typically for the immigration judges down here, if you have like a first DWI and you try to get an immigration bond, usually there's somewhere like 7,000 to 12,000 because you're a huge flight risk. So an immigration judge has to really feel comfortable that you are going to come back and you're not going to just take off. So they need like sufficient proof that you have ties to the community. But now with this guy being that kind of danger, I can't imagine that an immigration judge would give.
Surely make the front page of New York Times. They will make the front page of New York Times in the event that something else occurred.
I happen to mention that I'm impressed. I know, it gets in there. It's good stuff, though.
Yeah. On this one, you're trying to see.
You sent me a text.
Saw it.
Well, Captain Kangaroo is
I'm
back.
gone. I'm not going to be here Thursday and Friday, so we can do it tomorrow or we can do it Monday. Whatever you'd like. It's a third bond violation, so it's got to happen.
Bond violation, one she had before was because she's already in rehab and she's on probation in Galveston. And we
He's
already.
on probation for what?
She has a case down in Galveston that she was on probation prior to this case.
Another DWI?
It was a felony drug case. But she got incarcerated down there for like 90 days. And we had a hold on her. She got out of jail, come back here. I already talked to him. We're going to do a time served. Be done.
Not on the second, though.
Oh, she got like 7 days.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, if she has credit.
We were gonna write up like a 30-day offer.
Okay.
And she's already got credit for all the time she's going to Galveston. So, but she is going through rehab now, and the knee violations where she used mouthwash for whatever reason. But I know, we can preach and tell them about it, don't do it, but.
So it's going to happen soon, though. So you want to do Monday?
And I was telling defense, I can write up the offer, but on my end in Harris County Judge, she's only done 3 days. So I don't know how to transfer the credit over.
I can only give her credit that she's entitled to, unless there was some kind of hold here.
There was a hold here. We had a hold placed on her when she originally went in down there.
Check with Melissa, just to make sure. And then.
I can write up a 30-day offer, but
You want to do Monday?
Monday.
I can't guarantee the time served really. The time.
I'll get the verification.
Yeah.
I'll get the verification to Galveston. So
Just Yeah, however you want to do it,
Set it.
but just Monday, cool?
Yeah. Oh, I have a reason.
There you go.
Good morning, Mr. Webb. So you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with resisting arrest and criminal trespass. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you, is it 3 for 10? 3 days in jail. They're giving you 10 days credit on the criminal trespass. As part of the plea bargain agreement, they're going to dismiss the resisting arrest. Is this how you understand it? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. How do you plead to the offense, sir?
Okay.
So how do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Oh, good.
And we'll find you guilty. Or Mr. Webb, from now on, you're looking at a minimum of 30 days in jail. Be careful, sir.
Oh, what?
Any future cases,
Oh, okay.
minimum 30 days.
Hey, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Be careful. SS. See the tattoo? Okay, hey, ready?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Hey.
Have Edwin Rodriguez is off docket that we was on docket yesterday. We had the miscommunication. Told me to make sure he was here today. He is here today.
What's your clause number?
247-5904. 5904.
Oh, yeah.
Come up, Mr. Rodriguez.
Is this the guy who's going to be held in contempt?
Just give me a second. Just take a seat for me in the first pew, sir, please. Right over there.
Just briefly for some context, I believe this one was a PTI. I don't want to misspeak.
It is
And
PTI.
TRAS is pending and the fees are still pending.
T-Raz is scheduled for 5/16. We're working on fees now.
I'm not waiting that long.
Look next to the nice bailiff with the silver bracelets.
Now, please.
That'll be great.
Come up. I issued a warrant for you yesterday. You were supposed to be here yesterday. Not today, not tomorrow. And this isn't your first time that you've done this. He goes with you.
If I may, Your Honor, I definitely understand the frustration with the attendance. I'm not sure, but there was a huge miscommunication on that end with him
I'm
thinking he
not
got accepted
following
into
the
the
score, Mr. He
program.
goes with you. Don't send him down, but he goes with you.
Sure. Can I be excused?
I'm gonna hold him till noon. I will never do this again. If he ever fails me again, I will truly make it 15,000 the next time.
Yes, sir.
And we'll send it for a TRAS now. That's it. I'm done playing games. No more waived appearances. And where are we with the rest of the stuff so you can get into the PTI program?
TRAS fees, once those are done, the contract will be sent over. They give it back.
Has he provided you everything that needs to get? Has he given you everything?
Everything up to T-Raz.
Up to TRAS. So yeah, we need the fees to TRAS. Once that's in, the contract gets sent over to them and they sign it.
Set up Shatoria TRAS today, please. Okay, I'm gonna hold him for the next hour and a half because I want to scare him. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Hey, come on.
Judge, I get a fugitive case that I was appointed on, Mr. Jaquavion Greenway.
Greenway.
No, it's like right there. Okay. I want to get it on.
Tell me about Mr. Greenway.
He's one of Orange County for DUI, excess blood alcohol level, unlicensed driver, and false representation in
Oh, and he picked up another DWI here.
and here.
Ouch.
And I'm gonna be against him because notwithstanding those collection of offenses, he also picked up 13 failure to appears in other states and 2 evadings. And on top of the fact.
Hold
that-
on a second. Can you bring up Mr. Greenway so he can hear this?
Real quick on this reinstatement, how much time are you giving?
2 weeks. Do, I guess, 2.5 because it's getting to your ass, today.
Go ahead and sign, Mr. Kenya.
All right, people, it's on like Donkey Kong now. If he gives this guy a break, it's all bark, no bite.
Ricardo, do you have any other cases you want to talk about, or is this it?
I believe.
You said any cases, fugitive docket? No, Judge. But I have, looks like a couple others that I'm gonna talk to you about.
Have you talked to them about?
I'm gonna talk to,
Oh, okay.
Isabel about. Or actually, no, they're not that old, Judge. I don't need to approach them, grandpa. Easy day, easy day.
Mr. Greenway,
Yes, sir.
how's jail?
I had, but I put
Apparently
myself
it's
in
good
this-
because you're laughing and you're in great spirits.
Sir, I put myself in this predicament, so I gotta.
Well, at least you can recognize that that's a good thing, So you're wanted out of Orange County for a DWI,
Yes, sir.
and now you've picked up another DWI here in Harris County. Your lawyer, I'm sorry?
They're about 5 years apart, but I know.
So you've been gone for 5 years.
Good.
And you want me to set you a bond?
Sir?
So you here because you're wanted out of Orange County. You're now being held in Harris County at 0 bond. So we have you here out because your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond.
Yes, sir.
Because otherwise what happens is you sit here in custody until all of your cases are done here. And then we wait for Orange County to come bring their happy selves over here to pick you up.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times, me as a judge will set a bond on a fugitive case if I feel that the person is not a danger to the public, because that's my main concern. 2, are you a danger to the public? Number 1. And number 2, if we set you a bond, are you actually going to go to the jurisdiction that wants you? Therein lies the rub. That's the question for you. But I know that what you're going to tell me now, it's like little bunnies jumping in the woods. Yeah, right. But it's what's on paper to me that matters, because what's on paper is the person who you truly are. Mr. Kim, tell me about Mr.
The warrant from Orange County was issued out on January 2023. Between that time and being apprehended today, he was charged with DWI on October 2023, in which he bond forfeited 2 months later and was apprehended again when he was simultaneously charged for failure to ID, giving false information.
Is that here or over there?
Here. So he had a DUI in Orange County. While after that warrant was issued, then he picked up a DUI here, and then he bond forfeited the Harris County DUI, and then he was picked up 5 months later and was also charged with failing ID by giving false information, and then obviously bond violating the DUI. I've shared with counsel in other states, he has a failure to appear at least 13 times and evading.
Oh.
I believe he's the definition of a flight risk.
Sir, I was young. That was years ago.
How old are you now?
I'm 28. I'm an engineer offshore. I got my ducks in a row. The DWI here, it was a miscommunication, and I showed up in court to the lawyer after I failed. She said I failed to appear. Me and my lawyer showed up in court and explained that it was a miscommunication. She reinstated the bond. We're back on good terms with everything. I think I have a court date coming up soon for that. My lawyer, she said I no longer have to show up since I work offshore, so my lawyer is going to show up for me. So this is the only thing that I have. Those other cases, when I was a young college student, I got my stuff together now, Judge. I promise you, like, I am not a flight risk or anything like that. I take my life very serious, and I'm not just talking. I'm speaking from the heart.
Little bunnies jumping in the woods.
Definitely not. Most definitely not. And if I am able to bond out, I will
Yes,
show
do
up
this.
in Orange County.
If you were the judge, would you give that person standing in front of you a bond?
Yes, sir. Only I would love for you to. I'm going to show up out there. I've already talked to my mom and everybody. I'm showing up. If you give me a chance, or I promise you, I will not disappoint you.
Not even Jesus himself could convince me to give you a chance now, Mr. Greenway. 13 FTAs.
Sir, those were a decade ago. I was young.
Still
I'm
28,
I'm a
Mr.
whole
Greenway.
different, man, I'm a whole different person. I've been to college, put myself through. I'm on my stuff, sir. I've been at my job.
So the fact that you took off on the DWI here, not 5 months ago, you've matured since that 5 months, I guess.
There was just a miscommunication, and I took it upon myself to show up in court. I showed up in court myself. I did not run. I was not caught. I showed up in court myself. Told the judge about the miscommunication. She took the warrant off of me. I did not run.
It is worth noting that the last evading and the last failure to appear is 5 years ago.
Years ago, sir. I've been on a straight line, and I'm trying to stay on it.
Okay, I'm gonna make sure that you're gonna keep this straight line too. I don't think so, Mr. Greenway. I'm sorry, but.
Judge, would you at least consider a high fine, 5,000, put some skin in the game and,
Oh, for me, for Mr. Greenway, if I were to set something, it's probably gonna be like 150,000. Because that way, I just, you know what? I don't even wanna do that, because I don't think you're gonna show up.
I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna lose my job behind this. I've been working so hard, like, to get everything together. I'm gonna lose my job and everything. I'm gonna lose everything. And I've been doing so good. I wait for that to happen.
And me, and I don't want that to happen to Mr. Greenway, but at some point you got to get it. And for me, if I were to give you a bond now, I would be enabling your behavior. And I would say, yeah, it's okay for you to do this, when it most certainly is not, especially in light that you have a DWI over there. You've got now a DWI here. It's as bad as it gets, man.
They're years apart. It's not like I'm just out here repeatedly getting in trouble. I'm working, I'm handling my business.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks.
I'm approaching an abstract lawyer just because.
I'll keep it in.
Is this the one where you took over from the other lawyer?
Bye now.
Okay.
Insurance, everything approved, contract was sent to me yesterday afternoon.
Wonderful. So we'll just give you time. Yeah.
I went over on the phone with her and we're gonna get it. Today's.
You want 2.5 weeks? Okay. Good job, Brent. Thanks, buddy.
All right. That's as much time as I have. Sorry, I wanted to find the substitute. I'm sure it'll come on later and it'll be good times, but that's okay. That's okay. We had a tequila lollipop. We had a Marlvin with a silent L. And we had bunnies in the woods jumping. It was good times. It was not the case we were looking for, but maybe the cases we needed. Who knows? Who knows?